fam, welcome back to the channel. So if you have not been stockpiling water, you should, especially if you live in these two states. But what's happening in these two states could happen other places, so you want to be as prepared as possible. A third state has been added to this list of water crisis, not being able to drink the water. So if you live in any of these three states, just know a state of emergency may be issued by the end of this month.
The Mississippi water crisis is real. This was a white towel. Look at that. Wow, I'm gonna put it in a new spot. Mississippi water crisis is real. Hashtag United We Walk. Look at that.
So what's happening now is we'll start in Flint. We know Flint has been having a water crisis for a while now. Well, now finally they are deciding that daycares and schools are going to have to find a different water source. They're going to have to get filters. This should have already happened. This has been years of them dealing with lead in the water. Kids are still being tested for lead. So the schools and the daycares are going to have filters, some kind of filtration system where they're not just getting the water straight from the faucets or whatever, or the water fountains. They're also going to have to get refill stations within the school. And you know those big jugs that you fill up at the Walmart or wherever you go to fill yours up at, they're going to have those. I know when I had a child care center years ago, I didn't have an issue with lead, but I did want to have those water fountains within my child care center. So I had a company that I had to pay to come out every week and refill those water bottles for us. So that's what they're going to have to do. I just don't understand, why did it take so long for them to figure out something so simple? Like, you knew and you know that y'all going through this. Why wasn't this something that was just immediately done? So the next two states, I'm going to group them together just because one affects the other. So I don't know if you saw my other video talking about the saltwater breach and it getting into the water system. Well, this is what's happening. By the end of, really about the 27th or something like that, they're saying that there could be salt water in the water. Whether you turn your faucet on, whether you're taking a bath, etc., salt water is going to come through. And that is something that could be, dangerous, if not deadly, for people, especially if they dealing with high blood pressure and all this other stuff. So what they're saying is, don't panic. But guys, anytime you tell the public not to panic, what do? They panic, especially if they have not been preparing this whole time and stocking up water.
People who are making groceries fill their baskets with snack foods and alcohol, but not this weekend.
Because they say we're not going to have nothing with salt water, and I need something to drink. Do what you got to do, when things get tough.
At the Bromart in Belle Chase, it is water everywhere.
As far as drinking the water and cooking with it, I'm in fear of that, and so we need to get the water so that we can have fresh water for our cooking and bathing, and even washing our faces and brushing our teeth. So
I have a couple of cases at home, but I also have pets that if the salt water does get into our water system, I don't want to be feeding my pets bad water.
Bromont managers say normally 4 to 5 pallets are good for a weekend, but today they're putting out 38. Costco, people waited in a long line for their stash of H2O, but at the Sam's in Harvey, it's a different story.
They have been out since early this morning. Nothing on the store shelves. Don't know when they're going to get anything in.
We got a lady right by the door. If y'all coming for water, don't bother coming in. It was empty. There was nothing there.
One shopper was upset after coming from a store in Harahan.
It was a swarm of people around the water. I was scared. It's like it's a pandemic all over again, like the tissue.
As we mentioned, the governor will ask the president to declare a federal state of emergency in Louisiana. Today, the toe of that saltwater wedge breached a barrier in the Mississippi south of Ironton.
So in panicking, people are pretty much clearing the shelves. They are taking every ounce of water they can find, whether it be for them, for their pets, their gardens, their lives, whatever it is, they're getting it. Because you can't use that water from your faucet. You can't use that water from your water hose. Do you know that your crop will die if you have an excess of salt in the water? But this is about people not preparing. Now, we can't prepare for everything, but there are some things that we need to be trying to prepare for. You need to have drinking water. You need to have water that you can use to take a bath, to actually cook with. And you need to have the items necessary in order to cook the food that you're storing and stockpiling. So guys, please, please, please start stocking up, because although this is happening in Mississippi, Louisiana, Flint, does not mean it can't happen somewhere else. I can't use the water out of my water hose, right? What about the farmers? Where does that leave them in Mississippi and Louisiana? Where does that leave them? Where does that leave the food supply? Y'all, we need to think about these things, and we need to get prepared for the worst that is coming, okay? Food shortage is coming. Now, will we be out of everything? No, we won't, but we will be out of certain things. We will not have a bountifulness of everything like we've had before in the past, okay? So there are going to be things missing. There are going to be ingredients missing. So stock up on your ingredients. Learn a new skill. Learn to bake. Learn to, bake some bread or whatever. Learn these things. Learn how to can. There's a shortage of aluminum. That's why the price of food has gone up. That's not the only reason, but that's some of the reason why canned goods have gone up. Why pet food has gone up. We got to get water for our pets. We got to get food for our pets, just like we got to get food for ourselves. And the same ingredients that we use for our food, companies are using those to make pet food as well. And that's why the price of pet food has gone up. And the only reason I'm talking about that right now is because I want a pet. I plan to get a pet. But I also know I need to start stocking up on that too, if that's what I plan to do. We don't know what will cause our water crisis. In Flint, it was negligence. In Louisiana and Mississippi, it's nature. And it could be, the things that they have in place, because they did build an underwater barrier to try to keep the water out, but that was only temporary. That's how they know that it's going to breach by the end of October, because it's already seeping through under the bottom. So stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. Emergencies happen at the drop of a dime. That's why they're called emergencies. Don't think you're storing up food, water, medication, ammo, boomsticks, whatever you're storing and stockpiling for whatever event that may come. Don't think that that's a waste. What you're doing is not a waste. What you're doing is providing for your family. What you're doing will make your family feel more safe and secure. So keep doing that. Keep stocking up. I want to say, I got a message from someone and I responded back to them, but I want to say this for those who might not have seen that message or maybe feeling this way. The person said, I love your channel. but sometimes it can be draining with all of the news that's going on out there, and I absolutely understand that. Understanding that is why I do other videos. I started off doing gardening videos, homesteading videos, mukbang, cooking, all this other stuff, renovating, because I wanted to have other content on my channel, because it can be depleting to hear story after story after story of so many things that's happening that I want you to know about, but I don't want you to feel drained. I don't want you to feel any fear or anxiety or anything like that. If you start to feel like that, whether it's my videos you're watching or someone else's, that's when you need to take a step back and maybe watch some of those more peaceful videos that I do put up. I intend to put up more of those videos on here because I don't want to just do news you can use, okay? There's more things going on in life than the craziness out there, but I do want you to know about what's happening so that you can prepare, so that you do know that this is happening, and it could happen to you, it could happen to your neighbor or whoever, it could happen here in the United States, even if it's happening overseas, okay? The whole 2020, which started in 2019, but they didn't tell us to 2020, that started overseas, but guess what, it came here. So we have to know, we have to prepare, and we have to stay safe. I love you, but God loves you more. He created only one you. Be the best you that you can be, and when you are, go out and spread God's love. Peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on TommyBitesTV.
Drive. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling, I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?